Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another DIY Project Life video to share with you. This is for the Project Life cards. Again, these have just been so popular, so I'm continuing to make more. Please let me know in the comments if you're enjoying them, what other types of videos you want to see, all those kinds of things I would love to know. And yeah, so for this set of cards, I'm using pink scrapbook paper. It's just a 12 by 12 sheet that I had from a really old paper pad, and my cats had actually walked on it and left some claw marks in it. So this one actually has claw marks on it, and I'm covering them up with these little blossoms from my blossom punch. And these were actually just left over from 2 videos ago when I used them on a different card. So I just wanted to use the ones that were already punched out. And you'll notice for this one I also have some typed up quotes like I did in my last video. Not for every card, but for a few of them. So I'm just putting them here on over these blossoms, covering up the last bit of that scratch spot at the bottom. And I love this quote because it's talking about scattered dreams, and so I thought it was kind of fun to scatter the little petals or the little flowers on this card here. So I'm just looking for something to embellish with. I kind of like these hearts, but they're a little small. So I'm just seeing what else is on here, and I choose these little sprigs of leaves from Maggie Holmes Flourish. And I'm actually going to add to this here in just a second. I'm going to decide to do the sequins from Maggie Holmes Carousel just in the center of each flower. And for this video, not only am I using pink paper, but I'm going to go ahead and try to use Maggie Holmes Flourish collection on each card if I can. Some will have more than others, and I'll like some of them more than others as well. So as usual, just kind of doing my best to come up with something that I like. And I'm cutting off a few of these sequins from the bottom just so that way they still have a sequin but they're not sticking out. And I like how that looks a lot better. I think it's really cute. So for this one, I'm using the piece that's left over from the Maggie Holmes Flourish ephemera from my last DIY video. It's just the edge of that piece of ephemera, and I didn't want to toss it, so just sticking it down here on the side so that way I can have an embellished edge to my card. I'm going to use another typed quote here on this page, on this card as well, and just kind of arranging to see how I like it. I'm going to try to do a bit more embellishing with stickers and ephemera on this one. Again, this is all mostly from Maggie Holmes Flourish, but you know, you could use whatever you've got on hand. It's just to, you know, use up your stash and use things that you've recently purchased and try to yeah, try not to hoard things. Even if they're really beautiful, it's better to just use them now before you don't like them anymore. So I add this little bug sticker, and I think that's pretty cute. But now I want to add some more of Maggie Holmes Carousel sequins just to kind of make sure it's got a little bit more dimension to it. And I like how that looks. I'm glad I was able to use that strawberry scrap without wasting it. I'm doing these videos over some separate sets of time, so I've just been kind of busy. We went on a road trip recently, so just getting to this whenever I can. You can see that that one was super quick, just some black washi tape and a sticker from Maggie Holmes Flourish at the top. I could use the bottom of that card for journaling or just leave it blank if I'm looking for more white space. Next I've got this transparent element that's sort of a leaf, and I'm using another quote, and I'm just deciding to trim it down a little bit narrower so that way it doesn't cover up as much of the leaf in the background. And I'm going to use my Zig glue pen on this element because it's pretty easy to see roller adhesive through the back, and I don't want that. So yeah, just sticking it down there and then using it on the little pieces of text as well. And I know that I did these on my typewriter, and I've mentioned this before, but you can definitely, print these from your computer or do journaling instead of a quote, really whatever works for you. It's just kind of some ideas that you can use and sort of adapt. You don't have to do quotes if you don't like quotes, etc. On this one, I'm going to be using a small doily from the Target Dollar Spot, and I'm just sticking it down with the zig glue. Again, the center of the doily is very, very see-through, so using roller adhesive does not work. So that's why I'm using the glue, if you were wondering. And I just trimmed off the edges, and now I'm looking for some ephemera. This card I don't know what I want to do with it. It gives me some grief, and then I feel like the next card is really, really tough to get the way that I like it. So I decided I like this blue flower quite a bit, and I'm looking for some stickers that also have that same blue, just to kind of coordinate. I like this label, but I'm not sure what I would want to put inside of it. And then I find this bigger sticker, and I kind of like it better even though it takes up the whole card. I think it's kind of cute. So I'm just playing around with the placement of these two things. It's always a challenge on a 3x4 card to get things in the way that you like them. It's not a very big space, but I'm happy with how it turned out. And then this card is the problem card. So I had used this previously to punch holes with my circle punch for a different project, and I didn't want to waste the piece of paper, so I'm thinking I can cover up whatever is missing in that corner, but I'm not sure what I want to do, like what I want to cover it with yet. So I'm just kind of playing with rectangular ephemera and some bigger pieces of ephemera to see what will fit. I don't want to trim anything down and have it looking kind of odd, so I'm just doing my best to see what will fit there. I'm trying to decide if I can cut part of a flower off, but nothing's really quite the right shape. So yeah, I think it takes me at least 25 minutes to figure out what I'm doing on this card. This is one idea I kind of like, putting the sticker houses from the Flourish collection in a line. I think that's pretty cute. The only thing I don't like about it is that the pink on the card doesn't go super well with the pink on the houses. So I think that that's what keeps me from leaving it once I finish this card. But I'm not sure if I'm happy with how this one turns out in the end either way. So yeah, I may completely change it later, or I don't know. It's hard to say. I feel like, you wish every card would work out perfectly, but sometimes, you just struggle with one. I like the sticker because it says bloom where you're planted, or bloom where life plants you, or something like that. And I thought it was kind of fun with these little houses. I'm looking at the washi tape from Flourish and just kind of seeing what it would be like if I matted the sticker on the washi tape. They don't really want to stick together very well. I kind of like it, but then it takes up the whole top portion. I wish there was it was a smaller phrase so that it fit centered more on the card. Now I'm going to try it on blue because I think that might be a little better coordinating with that middle house. But I just don't like how much of the card it takes up. So I kind of give up on this idea and start over. So I've taken this ticket from the ephemera pack, and I'm trying to layer some different things there. So I've got some leaves, and I've sped this up really fast because I just try everything and it takes forever. So I'm trying different leaves, trying different ephemera, trying different words and phrases, just wanting to layer it so it doesn't look empty, because the ticket covers that corner that's missing really well, but I do not know what to put next to it. So yeah, I struggle with this for a while. And like I said, I'm still not really sure that I like what I ended up with. I did like this bunny there, but I really like the bunny, so I was feeling like if I wasn't sure about the whole card that I didn't want to use the bunny because you only get one. And he's so cute. So now I'm just drawing a little border around the edge thinking that will help, but my pens are kind of crummy, so I'm gonna have to go back over it here in a little bit. Just trying some different stickers and things on the card, and just nothing is really fitting very well for me. I'm really struggling with it. Now that I just saw that again, I wish I would have kept it though. I wish I would have kept it because it was a little bit better than what I ended up with. We'll see. Now I'm outlining it again because my other pens were kind of dying on me. I'm thinking maybe there's not enough texture, so I'm looking at some of the glittery elements from Flourish. And now I'm looking at the alpha and the chipboard sticker sheet. I kind of like that ampersand. I don't know. Nothing's really working for me. I'm close to the finished product now. I'm glad that I sped it up really quickly because it was just a frustrating process for me. So I like how those two elements work together. They both have the copper color on them. So I'm just lining them up to make sure that it looks good. I have one little piece of the card where the top paper layer is coming up because I have torn so many stickers off of it at this point, and I want to make sure that that's covered when all's stuck down in its final position. So I'm pretty happy with how this looks, but like I said, I don't know if I'll change it or not later. But sometimes you just have a card like that that just doesn't, that you just don't know what you want to do with it. So yeah, so now I have my final 6 cards. Some of them were more labor intensive than others, and some are much more simple than others, but I feel like I mostly like how they turned out, and I think they will work well in my Project Life album this year, and they will go with some of the other cards I've recently made. I've been using a lot of pink, so I think that will work out really well. And like I said, I can always change things as I go. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of these cards. Let me know if you are still enjoying these videos and what other videos you would like to see. Yeah, anything at all. If you're looking for something specific, just leave it in the comments below. I always love hearing from you guys. So thank you again. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.